What up, what up? It's your boy, Vinnie-Dangerous, and you are tuned in to the 9th episode of the Dangerous Minds podcast. And I couldn't do this one alone. I decided to bring in a female perspective to the topic that we're going to talk about. It'll be just unfair for me to just keep it strictly guys. So I would like to introduce y'all to my good friend, Ashanti Turner.
Hola, hola, hola.
Alright, so what are we here to talk about today? We are here to talk about let's just be friends. And I'm not talking about a genuine friend. This is a kind of a form of rejection. It's like, you don't want to say just flat out, get the hell out of my face. You don't want to say, ugly nigga, don't get the fuck out of my face. You just say he's a nice guy. I mean, yeah, that would be rude. Yeah. But instead of just saying that, they say, he's a nice guy, I don't want to hurt his feelings. Why don't we just stay friends? Have you used that before, Shanti?
In a way. Usually, for me though, like, you gotta give me a reason for me to be like, okay, let's just be friends. Like, if I didn't like you right off the bat, I wouldn't be like, okay, well, let's just be friends. Because I don't know what I like and what I don't like. So I would at least give you somewhat of a chance. But if I just see it going downhill fast, I'll be like, look, this is fun and everything.
Well, hold on, because I want to tell a little story. Because remember we was hanging out and you were talking about this date that you were about to go on.
Oh, yeah.
Because when I thought about this topic and I wanted you to be on the show, that was the first thing I thought about was that conversation we had. So, okay, I'm going to let you tell it. So what exactly happened? What exactly was the context of this date?
So, it was a guy I had met in undergrad. And usually when guys be like, oh, yeah, you're this, you're that, da-da-da, I don't take them seriously. I think they're joking. But I guess he was for real, because he would, always slide in my DMs and be texting me, and I'd be like, yo, I think he's, actually really serious. So he asked me out, and I'm just like, oh, I don't really like you like that. Like, I really do just see you as, just a cool friend. But I didn't tell him that. But I was going to go on the date to tell him that.
See, let me stop you right there. See, that's where the problem is. This is exactly why, this is part of the reason why I wanted to do this. Because I just want to tell the ladies they got to get a little bit more of a backbone when it comes to telling people rejecting guys. It's just like, yo, first of all, you was going to wait. Like, you said this guy's so nice. He is, showing you all this attention. Like, what exactly about him you didn't like?
Well, for one, he was just corny. It's cool if you like somebody and you want to give them attention, but don't, have it be, corny. Have it be intentional and act like you're a grown person. Don't be, oh, you're my wife, da-da-da. I'm just like, go by.
He just said you his, what?
Oh, you're gonna be my wife, and, okay, bye.
Damn, nigga, y'all just met. Y'all just talking. Y'all just started talking on this level.
Right, and it's just I don't even know if I like you like that yet. But the thing about it was, like I said, I wasn't gonna go on a date with the intention of going on an actual date. I wasn't gonna let him pay for nothing.
Oh, okay.
No.
See, when you said a date, I'm thinking because I have other female friends and stuff, and I've talked to them about this, and they said that they'll accept a date from a guy they don't like. Just to get out the house and a free food and get shown a good time, then kick them to the curb after the fact.
Yeah, no.
But they know that they don't like him, but they know that they can get because he's willing to pay for dinner, he's willing to pay for the movie or whatever y'all decide to do when y'all go out, and it's oh, I ain't been out in a while, and I'm like, that's not an excuse. Like, you go, if you want to take yourself out, go out with your homegirls. You know, do shit like that.
Right. Like,
Don't just
stuff
hit up
like that is like not okay to me because I don't I don't like when I feel taken advantage of, so I'm not gonna take advantage of nobody else. See, stuff like that, I don't see it. I don't feel like it's okay. So yeah, I wasn't gonna let him.
Okay, well that's good to know. That's the part I didn't know until just now. Because at first I thought, oh, you're just gonna run this man's pockets and then just kick him to the curb after the fact.
No, not at all.
But okay, so the whole taking advantage thing kind of leads me into the let's just be friends thing, because that's another problem I have with that, is that it kind of, to me, it feels like, you know, because he's a nice guy, and because, like, I've heard other people, because I've asked people this question, like, would you, you know, have you, you know, told somebody let's just be friends, and they tell them, well, that's just such a nice person, and I would like them to be around. I just don't want them to be around in that way.
Yeah.
Which I was like, for one, that's unfair. Because if I've already made my intentions clear, like, there's no way to really just be friends. Like, for me, it's like, either I'm gonna just completely walk away from the situation, which I've learned to do, or I'm going to, like, try to hang around. Like, a guy's gonna hang around, try to see if, you know, maybe if I step my game up, or I'll, you know, she see my personality, like, we start hanging out, getting close, then maybe something will happen, like it's some movie, like it's Brown Sugar or something like that. Mm-hmm. Like, no, that's not, it doesn't always work like that. And, I mean, majority of the time it doesn't. It's just like, she made it perfectly clear that you are a friend. Right. And it's going to stay that way. And some guys just don't really know how to take that. They don't know how to take no. I mean, unless you flat out tell them no, then a lot of times they don't really understand. I mean,
or like they'll be around and resent you in some sort of way and be angry, and it's just like, I mean, you really can't be angry. Like, you can be angry, but how angry can you really get?
Yeah, I mean,
somebody has already told you.
I mean, it's both sides though. Yeah. Like, okay, so this is I remember I texted you yesterday, and I said these are the three things that happens. Like, let's say we're gonna write out a scenario, right? Mm-hmm. You know, you meet this guy, cornier than the dude that you went on a date with.
What y'all?
Yeah. But he's so sweet, he's so nice. Like, he's really sweet guy. So you don't want to, like, just flat out tell him, get the fuck out of my face.
Right.
You say, let's just be friends. So this is what happens. These are three things that happen. And I'm gonna put them by. I'm gonna start from most likely to least likely. Mm-hmm. Well, most likely, he's gonna say, "Okay, that's cool," because on our end too, we don't want to just flat out reject your friendship, because even if, like, we're not gonna be the guy that's gonna try to hang around or whatever, you know, thinking that something's gonna change. Like, we still don't want to just flat out be that guy and be, oh, you know, fuck that. Which I'll be that guy at this point. But, like, I told somebody, I was like, yeah, I got enough friends, I'm cool. But, you know, some people don't want to say that, so they'll try to be nice. So that's the first thing, like, or, you know, because then you're going to get the guys, and that's what's most likely going to happen. He's going to hang around. He's going to say, maybe if I hang around for a little bit, you know, she tells me about the shitty guys that they date, and then maybe I can show her that I'm better than that, or whatever. And then, you know, slowly it starts to, you know, kind of, you know, you get the realization that, oh, this not really going to happen. You know, she's dated like 5 guys since I've been here. I've been overlooked time and time again.
So it's about time to move on.
Yeah. I just one thing I want to say with guys, like, if she starts talking about her sex life around you, it's over.
Oh, yeah, you are a friend.
Yeah, it is over. Yeah, there's no way. Like, if she's telling you about other people she's fucked, at that point you need to go ahead and pack your bags, block her number, and get the moving.
Block her number, though? Like,
I mean, because I think at that point she would know, like, why you block my number? Because we not friends no more. Bye. And hang up. You know.
So the only point of her friendship was for you to
try to date her.
It's kind of messed up.
I mean, that's not messed up. Being messed up is like, you know, keeping a guy around that you don't want. You want everything. It's like this is the way I look at it. It's like when you say if you really want that guy to be around, but you don't want him in a romantic sense, you just want to be friends. It almost makes me feel like you kind of want the boyfriend attention without giving up anything on your behalf.
Right.
And that's unfair from the jump. So his response is kind of like warranted of how fucked up you decide to, how fucked up your intentions were in the beginning too.
Right.
And then, okay, so that's the first thing first thing that would happen. And, oh, I've been there. Yeah, I've been there. I don't talk to that girl no more. At all. But,
You just mean.
I mean, this was before I was that mean, though. I was literally the guy that was like, yeah, sure, we could be friends. And then it's like, you know, I'm giving her relationship advice and shit. I'm like, damn, I'm trying to help her stay with this nigga, and I don't want to be there. Yeah, this can't work. At that point, that's when I knew I had to hit the hay.
Right.
Yeah, but okay, this is the second thing. The second thing that would possibly happen, you know, when you tell him let's just be friends, he's gonna full out reject you. Because there's some guys that just don't care, like me. I don't like now. I'm at the point where I don't care. So, I'll tell you this one story. So, this one girl I took out for her birthday. Now, this one makes it worse because we had like an intimate interaction beforehand. And my intention was...
Why you ain't just say what it was? Why you ain't just say what it was?
Okay, I mean, because I'm not going to... We didn't have sex. We didn't just full out have sex, but it was like it got to that point that it seemed like things was going that way. And she was like, no, you know, I don't want to rush things or whatever. And then I guess it was weird because, like, you know, you come at me, but you kind of making it look like I'm the sexual predator here. Like, I'm the guy that's just always wanting to have sex, and I look at her like an object.
Right.
I was like, that was weird. But, you know, I played it cool. I was being a nice guy again. And she, you know, so I took her out to try to show her that, like, you know, I like her a little bit more than that. Like, I don't want to just have sex with you. I like you a little bit more. Took her out, took her to this lunch place that she likes to go to. Because it was in the middle of the day. I had to work that night. So I said, I'll take you out in the day. Boom, took her out. I thought we had a good time. And then, you know, dropped her off. It just went to work. You know, just kept it real cordial. And then, so up until the day that we, sorry, got a hilarious text just now. I got a text from you. So I was like, what the fuck? But but yeah, like, so he, you know, so I took her out, and, you know, so up until the date, that's where I was at. Up until the actual, like, taking her out, she, you know, we talking every day. Like, things are starting, and I'm being just straight up forward. Like, I like you, like, in that way. I would see what happens after this, and let's see if we can move forward and shit like that, right? Mm-hmm. So then after that, after like literally after her birthday, right, the day after, everything just stopped. Boom. Like, I hit up, and, you know, I got my two-time rule. So if I text you twice and I don't get a response, then I'm pretty much done with you. So I hit up, no response.
I actually adopted that rule.
I mean, I'm telling you, it works.
It does.
You really know who's there, who ain't.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna send you the first one, and then I'm gonna send you the second one to see if you might have not seen it. Because sometimes I won't see a text message. You know, I might open it and then forget about it. And you send me the second one, I'll be like, okay, cool, let me hit them back real quick. Like, if I care.
Right.
But, okay, so she, you know, so I actually broke my rule, too. I broke my rule and texted her a third time, and this is when she responds.
Oh.
And I'm like, you know, so what's up? You know, like, I thought afterwards, after the date was done and we possibly could move on to something else. And she was like, you know what? I don't really know what you want me to say. I'm just not into you that way. But we can be friends.
See.
And I was like, what? So I hit her back and I was like, this is when I first did it. And I was like, you know what, love? I got enough friends. I'm cool. But I mean, if you ain't looking at me in that way, unless you trying to look at me naked, then we ain't really got too much else to discuss.
Yeah, Yeah, and see, in that situation, it's kind of just like, I feel like you did the right thing by just being like, you know what, I'm good. Because if you gonna really like play these little games, I really don't need it. Like, regardless of whether I was looking at you as a romantic partner or friend. And then now the whole trying to look in the next part.
Oh, I didn't say it in that. I didn't say it exactly like that. So it
I was
wasn't.
about to be like,
Nah. You know, I
that was a
can't
little bit
remember. Okay, I
much.
ain't gonna lie. I can't remember what I said, but it was something along them lines. Like, you know, if you ain't trying to date me, you ain't trying to fuck, then you could be out.
But it's just like, if she really took advantage of you like that, why would you even give up the most sacred part of yourself? Just leave her in the dust.
You talking about the sex?
Yeah, just leave her in the dust.
See,
Like,
you all
she don't
spiritual and
even
shit.
get that much.
I mean, she was still fine though.
So,
I mean, she was still fine.
but she's a bad person for taking advantage of you like that.
I mean, the sex might have been good. That might have made up for it a little bit.
Sell your soul.
Not reselling my soul. Okay, well, okay. So let me ask you this. So what could be possibly going through a woman's mind when they say that? Like when they say that, let's just be friends, man.
Well, know that it's probably really, really hard for her to say that, especially if you're nice or like sweet, because you know you don't never want to hurt nobody's feelings. So it's just like, I could possibly learn to like him, because you know you don't get too many guys who are like nice and pay attention to you, especially now. So it's one thing that's probably going through her head is, okay, he's really nice. I could probably learn to like him, and you know, or he has qualities that I like, and you know, the ones that he doesn't like, you can just work on it. Or two, which is probably what happened in your situation with the young lady that you took out. She could be like, oh, well, I know that I can get this, is that, and the third from him without having to do much, and then I can still keep whoever else. So, like, you won't really find too many girls like that. It's trust me. When you know off the bat that they're this type of woman.
I have genuine friends. Like, you're my genuine friend.
Exactly.
You're like, you know, I have other females like that's genuinely friends. Like, we're not looking at each other in that way. So I have some people that it's like, you know, I hear this stuff and I hear it from all sorts of women. Like, they'll find a dude that'll do this, that, and the third for 'em in a hot second, and you know, because they know that he likes them, but you keeping them at bay with that friend stuff, and then once they try to step out of bounds, then you can like check them real fast. Like, exactly. And it's just like, oh, maybe if I help her move this heavy ass refrigerator upstairs, or you know, to her apartment. Like, I just moved her entire apartment by myself, and then, like, you know, I said, hey, maybe after I take a shower, and this ain't me personally, because I ain't about to fall for no sucker shit like that, but I'm just saying a scenario-wise, like, I could be like, yo, you know, after I take a shower, like, you know, after we get done, like, we could possibly hang out, and she'd be like, oh, nah, I'm about to go meet up with this guy. I was like, why ain't you get that nigga to help you move your goddamn apartment?
Because she knew you would do it.
Exactly.
And see, and that's what I'm saying. Like, but the thing about it is, women who do that, you can tell them off the bat. Like, you can tell that they're already like that. Take me, for instance, I would like something like that. So if you tell me like, oh, well, you know, I'll help you move your apartment, and then, you know, we can go hang out. Okay, cool. Like, I like you off the bat just for helping you do that. Because most people won't. Or like, okay, I have this weird habit of liking to watch planes take off. So I had a guy actually offer to take me out, and he was like, yeah, you know, let's go watch the plane take off. Or like, I had a guy take me to Barnes & Noble, which is one of my favorite bookstores. And we had a date in there. So it's like, stuff like that, like, I would actually appreciate. But again, like, if you coming off real corny, or if you coming off really strong, that's when it starts to get like, okay, like, can
like
you
creepy.
Yeah, like, can you just allow me to come to your place of likeness? Like, can I come into my own with you, as opposed to you forcing your emotions on me and expecting for them to be reciprocated when I'm not even there yet? So it's kind of just like, it's almost a turnoff when you just come on too strong with things, and I think that's kind of what is going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a lot of forced emotion, or like just a lot of strong emotion. It's just like, wait a minute, like just let me come to you.
Then,
Like,
if that was the case, I would have rather somebody just flat out say no. Because I asked you the question. I was like, well, what if you was in the same shoes and, you like the guy and,
mm-hmm.
he kind of wasn't into you? Would you want him to full out reject you, or would you want him to, like, try to smooth it over with the let's just be friends thing?
Nope, reject me.
Yeah, and
Reject
like,
me. Because that's the only thing I understand. That's the only thing I understand.
okay,
Just
that
black and
made you
white,
kind
it
of
is
sound
or it
crazy.
ain't.
It
No,
kind of
I
made you
mean,
sound
it
crazy.
is. Like, no, but like, to me, it's like when you do like the whole let's be friends thing, in some cases, it's almost like you're leading somebody on. So,
Exactly.
unless it's like when I say that's the only thing I understand, like in my world, it's real black and white when it comes to relationships with people. It is or it ain't. And if it ain't, then let me know that. Don't be trying to sugarcoat my feelings, because I'm a tough little cookie. I can take it. Like, I can take you saying no. I'm grown.
But then what if we feel the same? Like, oh, she's nice. Like, she's a sweet girl. I'm just really not into her. She told me that she's waiting for marriage to have sex. And I'm like, well, I'm trying to get it now. So I just need to let it off easy. That's the type of shit to be going through, like, guys' heads sometimes. It's just like there's certain things about you that might sound fucked up that I can't get with. Because then if you ask me why, then I'm be like, do I make up the...
Date for marriage. What? That's a messed up reason to, like, really.
I mean, yo, I'm just saying, I like, and I say this to all the time. People is like, it might sound fucked up, but whatever reason why you can't fuck with somebody, I think you should be honest with yourself, because you might, regret it later. Like, okay, you can either tell her now that I'm kind of looking for somebody to have sex with, and kind of like in the immediate future, and like, this just not gonna work, or you could say, oh, I could rock with it, and then like maybe 5 months down the line, you cheat on her, because. Because you knew you couldn't do it, but you decided to hang around anyway, and now this girl you met at the club is ready to go ahead and get it in the bathroom. It's like, what am I gonna do?
I have the willpower to say no. What is wrong with you?
I'm just saying, shit like that only happens in the movies. But
No, it does. Oh my gosh. We ain't gonna get into that.
yeah, like, that'll be another episode. I wanna do that for a whole another like episode by itself. But yeah, so I say just grow a pair. With the whole let's just be friends thing, it's like, cause we know nowadays niggas don't understand no anyway.
They don't, Lord.
It's like, but the let's just be friends thing is making it worse. This nigga is really hanging around thinking that he gonna get with you at one point.
Yeah.
And then it's unfair because it's like he likes you, and this kind of let's just be friends thing is kind of like just leading them on. Like, okay, maybe some shit will pop off if I act right, Like maybe if I do things that these niggas that she complaining to me about ain't doing, then maybe like she can have a chance. I can have a chance to get something going. And now, so that means he's letting all these other women pass him by. He's letting all these other women pass him by. He probably could be out doing this, that, and the third, but he think he got a good woman that's just kind of incubating. He got it's like, it ain't ready yet, but it might get there.
I was actually in a situation like that. Now that you're talking about it.
Oh, women, you was the one that was waiting, or was it somebody else waiting around?
Yeah, I was the one that was waiting. And matter of fact, the one who I told you, he thought I was going on a date, and I was really asking for you. And so, he got mad because he was like, it's just some stuff that you don't do. I'm just like, but why? Like, you said we were friends. Like, why would I care if I'm asking you what would be a good place to take somebody in your area?
Oh, yeah,
like,
I remember that.
You live there, so why would I not ask you that? And you made it clear that there's no feelings here, so why would I not do that if you're supposed to be my friend? And that's the thing, like, people be saying that expecting for you to be waiting for them, and it's like, look, I'm the CEO of my life. I can promote, demote, and terminate whoever I want to, So I'm not about to be waiting around for you. Like, no, no, absolutely
Yeah.
not.
See, that's what I'm saying. That was different though. Maybe I guess he was like, it might be the opposite. Like I seen dudes do this. It's like, I keep her around as my friend. Kind of like I know she like me, and she probably be a good girl for me later down the line. But I'm still not done hoeing yet. So I'm gonna just do my whole thing real quick. Then I'm gonna pick her up once I'm ready to settle down and shit like that.
Mm-mm.
That's pretty fucked up too. Like,
Yeah, see, you're gonna be mad when somebody texts you back talking about some he or she is with me. You're gonna be upset. You're gonna get your feelings hurt. Well, you should have had me when you had the chance.
like one thing my dad always said to me, he's like, don't hold on to it. Like you can't, a monkey doesn't hold on to a vine. Doesn't hold on to the vine and like trying to grab another one. Because then it will fall off flat on your face.
Right.
So that means you gotta let that vine go. If you ready to move on, you gotta move on. And you gotta completely cut them off before you start moving on to somebody else.
Exactly.
So as the whole let's just be friends thing, I think that's somebody holding on to the vine. Cause sometimes I be wondering, like maybe girls do the same thing. Like they might say keep you around as a friend, but they still not done with their whole phase yet. So then maybe they're thinking like, okay, once I'm done, like taking 2-3 penises here and there, then I'm ready to settle down.
But see, again, like I think that's a very selfish way of thinking. Like, who are you for me to wait on?
Exactly.
Like, you gave me a headache when you were here. Then you didn't like me, so your friends on me thinking I was gonna wait for you. And then I'm supposed to watch you and listen to you do all this extra stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then come and tell me about it. Nah, I'm good. I'm all right. But then when I start doing it to you, you get upset. It's okay.
I mean, you know how I do.
Okay.
Somebody start acting funny. Like, I don't care how fine she is. I don't care about, oh, she real cool, all this other stuff. Maybe nah. Like, you give me any reason, it's just like, you know what? That's probably some shit I'd have to deal with if we was together. And I'm like, I'm not trying to deal with it.
Right. We're people some days, man. People.
But that's our time. We need to wrap it up. We got we got a couple more seconds. Anything you would like to say on the topic before we end it off?
Just be straightforward with people. Just cut it off at the knee.
Please do. Like trust me, it may feel bad at the beginning. Like, oh man, I just hurt this man feeling. Trust me, rejection is part of life. He'll get over it. You both can go your separate ways, and then y'all both can find whoever y'all need to find to feel what that other person couldn't fulfill in your life, and just wasn't who he or she was supposed to be that you needed. Then they can go out and find what they need, in their own time and shit like that. I fucked that all up, but y'all get what I'm saying. So that has been the 9th episode of the Dangerous Minds podcast. Let's just be friends. I am Vinnie-dangerous.
And I am Ashanti Turner.
And we are out. And remember, people, just, instead of a slow, painful death, like, let's just be friends, just pop them one time in the head. Just play the ending quickly. All right. Peace, love. We out.